Hi there. Today we're going to learn to be Jessie J's accompanist for the song Big White Room. So we're going to try and figure out what her guitarist Ben Martinez was playing on the record. Recorded live, of course, at the London Scala. So we're going to begin by playing along with a bit of the track, and then we'll start looking at the chords involved. So let's start with a bit of the track. So there we go. Most of the song is made up completely of a repeated 4-bar pattern, which involves 5 different chords. So once we've learned those and become fluent in those, we've really cracked a great deal of the song. Really, it's repeated patterns. So we're going to start by learning the chords, and they come in little couplets. Really, there's these two. Learn them in pairs. The first one is an E major 7 chord, and we play it by having the index finger on the 2nd string at the 7th fret. Then we have the middle finger on the 4th string at the 8th fret, and the ring finger is on the 3rd string, and it's up on the 9th fret. So the spanning frets 7 to 9. That's our first chord. We've got tabs on the video, so you'll be able to look at those at any time, pause, look at the finger positions if you need reminding as we learn them. That's our first chord. And to get the second chord, we keep that same shape, and all we do is we bring the little finger up there on the 4th string on the 9th fret. So we've got it's just the same position, but we just bring in the little finger on, and that creates it's a power chord. Actually, it's in an E5 as you see it written down, but it's that's the chord there. Now the next pair couldn't be simpler. We repeat the same finger pattern, but we just move everything down 2 frets. So before we were on 7, 8, 9, we're now on 5, 6, 7, but exactly the same patterns. It's now a D rooted chord. We don't want to be playing this E string on this. It's a D bass note, which we find there with our index finger on the 2nd string, 5th fret. Keep the E muted when you're playing this one, and then we bring the little finger on again, as we did before. The 5th chord in this sequence is an A rooted chord. It's this one. Think of a classic A bar chord when we've got the index finger going across there, of course, but very much the finger positions on the other fingers there, because it's just the same as it's in this chord. So there we are. We've got the middle finger on the 4th string, 6th fret. Then we've got the ring finger on the 7th fret of the 2nd string, and the little finger also on the 7th fret on the 3rd string. Instead of a bar chord here, what we've got to do is arch the hand so that the index finger comes right over the top and hits our bass note, which is the A, played on the 5th fret of the 1st string. These top 2 strings, 5 and 6, are left open. The feature of the song, in fact, is that they are played open throughout the entire composition, always open. So we need to arch the hand, and there we are. And then we're back to our E position. So they're the 5 chords. We can crack those, we're well away. What we need to look at now is how Ben put the chords together, because he uses a hammering technique. So when he plays the 2 chords, there's no 2 strokes. We don't go. He plays it all in the 1 downstroke, and what he does, he hammers on with the little finger in that 2nd position. goes off again. The A chords just play normally, but that's what we've got to practice and got to learn, this hammering on technique. Very much gives the piece the very distinctive sound with those hammering on and pulling off techniques. We've said it's a repeated pattern over verses and choruses. It is. When you listen to the record, though, listen to Ben's playing. There is a good deal of variation. He plays lightly, he plays much harder. He's an accompanist, so he's responding most of the time to Jessie singing. The opening verse, Jessie sings very, very soft, and at that point he's playing very lightly. In fact, with little arpeggios as well. Then when we hit the first chorus, the crazies, he then adopts a regular strumming pattern for the first time, so now it sounds like this. And after what I call the false ending, you know, where all the crowd starts cheering and then the vocals and the playing comes back in, at that point the song becomes a lot more dynamic, and the playing then is much harder than we've had before. Same pattern, same chords, but you know, it's more like. So listen out for that. The other thing he does as well, just to mix things up and get a little bit of variation, when you hear the record, you'll notice he actually often plays the chords by strumming different parts, experiments really. I mean, not just over the sound box where you get that very harmonic, very lush sound, but sometimes if you play in a different area, it becomes a lot tinnier, and he throws a few of those into the mix just to create a little bit of extra interest over those repeated patterns. But that's pretty much it for that part.